So it's like, if you don't have conviction about where you're going in life, and you don't have conviction about your direction and your thoughts and your strategies and your ideas, nobody else is going to believe them.
Hi, everybody. This is Carolina Millan, and welcome to a new episode of Beyond the Hustle. And today I'm here with CJ McMahon. He's joining me from the US. He's an expert in marketing, serial entrepreneur. He grows and scales businesses and a lot of other cool stuff we're going to be talking about today. How are you, CJ? It's great to have you here.
I'm doing super well. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. And I'm sure you're going to add tremendous value to my audience, both in the English speaking world and also the Spanish speaking world.
That's the plan. That's
the plan. So first, let's get started with a little bit of background, just for the few people that might not be familiar with you yet. I would love to hear what was the turning point in your business and your career. Like, what were you doing before and what happened? What was the point of inflection that took you to where you are today?
Yeah, for sure. So about 5 years ago is when my transition occurred, from just like a normal day-to-day, like I was serving and bartending, and I actually slipped and fell and broke my back, and I couldn't walk for 6 months, and I was super depressed, super low. And my girlfriend that I'm still with, her name's Allie. She came home one day with a used MacBook Pro from the Facebook marketplace and bought me a Amazon FBA course. So while couldn't walk for 6 months, I laid in bed and built an Amazon FBA business. And it failed. And we were actually living in $100 a month attic at the time. So it was kind of like real rough time. I don't come from money. I come from like super humble beginnings. And so that failed. And then we were like, well, we don't have any money, so we have to move back in with our parents. So what we did is we moved back in with our parents. And I started another business, and that was an e-com brand. And within that e-com brand, it ended up failing again because I didn't have the money for it. So when I decided, I was like, listen, like you're a sales guy, like start selling sweat equity, like start leveraging your time to make money instead of leveraging inventory in the virtual world to make money. So instead of having high overhead and inventory and supply chain and all of that, I said, simplify it. What are you good at? And it's like, you're good at selling. Okay, sell a service. What service is it going to be? And I landed on marketing after I read Sabri Subi's book, Sell Like Crazy. Great one. And that was 3.5 years ago. So within that transition of me saying, hey, I'm going to start selling marketing service, I went from 0 to 40,000 a month in a week. And then I went from 40,000 to 100,000 within 45 days. And I was just like, well, that worked. So, when I started this business, I had probably maybe $1,000 in my bank account, maybe. So I didn't have any money to like advertise or market or anything. I like got scrappy and like, I was like, I'm gonna start cold calling people. So that's what I did. That's essentially the story. I remember when we first got our like first few clients, I don't know. I just remember breaking down and just crying and just being like, wow, everything is possible. You just have to continue to pivot and continue to like find that like passion and like motivation within.
What do you think are some of the keys, whether it's, no matter the platform, it could be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever new thing comes along. What are some of the key strategies or the recipe, for a good piece of content that is going to convert more people into clients?
Yeah, so I think it starts out with diversifying yourself from the rest. So one of the things that I'm known for is like the mullet marketer. So like I have like a mullet.
You still have the mullet.
Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm known for. And it allowed me to break through like in a significant way. My business was like stabilized at 125,000 a month or whatever. And as soon as I was like, okay, I'm going to start pushing myself out there and like being the mullet guy. That's when my business took off. So my suggestion in terms of content production, it's not the editing. It's not like, it's none of that. It's like identifying within yourself, like, who do I want to be and what can make me different, right?
What are some of the challenges you have faced in this? Because you've grown really fast. So what are some of the challenges you've faced, and how have you overcome those challenges?
I think it's time bottlenecks. It's like you only have so much time in a day to only do so many things, right? So I think the first thing is my biggest challenge is like the amount of time that I have in a day. The second thing is hiring and retaining team members, I think, is the second. The third is building infrastructures to support people so they are like, they have a route to go. You see what I'm saying? So those are the three things that like I've experienced that I'm struggling with right now, is like, as we're continuing to build teams and hire more and more and more and more people, it's becoming harder and harder and harder to actually, truly like develop systems and processes that like don't change. Like all of these things change, which I wasn't like aware of. Like I thought it was like, because I'm young, like I've never been in corporate world either. So I've never had a job. Like I've never had a real job. So like I've never had a 9-to-5 job ever in my life. So, so when I am building these systems with our team and our COO is like building these systems, they always get bottlenecked and they always have to grow and continue to mold and change and transform.
One thing I remember as well from your talk at the Expert Summit, which was really cool, you also talked about funnels a lot. I'm very passionate about funnels. I love building funnels and everything.
Cool.
Right now, what are you seeing are like the best converting funnels for the industries that you're in, but also maybe for clients that you work with? Like what would be like the best converting funnel, especially for high ticket services or mentoring or done for you?
Yep. Okay, cool. So I think social funnels are the best way to do it. So a social funnel essentially is a series of videos that you're pushing in sequence. So essentially, obviously, everybody knows that you have a top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. Okay. And a lot of people just they think funnel is like a VSL funnel, and you start from the top and go down and continue to warm people as they continue to see the VSL. So what I do is essentially I look at TikTok or any social media platforms as the funnel itself. Okay. So what we're doing is we're going top funnel. We're doing educational videos. We're not selling people. We're bringing awareness to, me essentially. So it's like, say it was me, I own a marketing company. The top of funnel is educating people on like how to scale their business with like strategic elements to it.
Yeah. What's one example?
Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this is the content style that's converting the best on TikTok, or something like that. This is the best ad that we've ever run on TikTok, and actually like showing people, stuff like that. Then the second is like the middle funnel on the social platform is a drawn framework of some sort, where it's like you're actually showing what you're doing, not just telling it. You're showing and telling. So for instance, say it was me on a whiteboard and like I was showing you like my funnel of how we actually grew my business from 0 to 700,000 a month, right? And I'm not selling people. I'm just showing. Right. But in reality, they think it's organic, but it's not. I'm forcing it with ads, right? Third would be a direct response. So it's like, hey, I know you've been seeing me. Like we do marketing services for XYZ. And if we don't perform, you don't pay. And like stuff like that, right? And then you go direct to VSL funnel. So like on the VSL funnel, say it's a landing page, and there's a short presentation, essentially like a Loom style. This is what works really well, is where we have like a slide deck of like a specific strategy. So this is my, high ticket client acquisition system that we've used to take 600 businesses from 0 to X, right? And then it goes through with me in the corner, like a Loom video. And you're like, I'm just reading it and educating, etc. Then it's like, if you want to, you want this done for you, you want this implemented into your business to scale it, click the link below, go through our application and book a call with our team. And then we have financial qualifiers within there. That's what's working right now. It's like front loading intent development and like developing warmth on the social platforms, then selling, and then qualifying, then, closing. You see what I'm saying?
I think in some of your videos, you've always been saying that TikTok ads are, more convenient than, say, Facebook ads. But now are you doing Facebook, YouTube, TikTok? Now you're just doing all of them. Which one is still the best converting for you? Is it still TikTok, or where do you think it's going?
I mean, so we've done, just so you know, like we've done omni-channel forever. So like since the beginning, like we've been omni-channel.
Okay.
But in terms of TikTok is the cheapest traffic, period. It's the least expensive. If you're starting a business and you're trying to cut through, your advertising on TikTok, period. Facebook and Instagram is, it does well, but it's expensive. And a lot of businesses are struggling in terms of like market saturation and like, costs. YouTube, in my opinion, is probably the best. And it's because it's bottom funnel intent. It's people that are searching for a specific
longer
topic
videos,
and you're latching on there. Yep. It's more qualifier.
Yeah.
More qualifying. Yep.
It might be, I mean, from my experience, whenever I've tried YouTube, it's a little more expensive to get leads, but they tend to be better. So
yeah. And if you're trying to build a sales team and like you're trying to like really ramp up and hold people, like create stickiness in a sales team, like I've seen YouTube like provide the opportunity for sales reps to stay longer and to stay more happy, so you're not like volatile in the sales cycle.
What's your advice for the people who are listening and they've been trying a lot of things? Oh, but I did TikTok and I did Facebook and I did this and that, and they might be struggling to get results. So what's your advice with anyone who's not getting the results they want?
Yeah. Pick a direction and stick to it for a long period of time. Don't come from a scarcity mindset. Don't put yourself in survival mode. Like put yourself in a thriving mindset where you're like, I'm going to make TikTok work. I'm going to commit to TikTok. I'm going to commit to my content. I'm going to commit to my brand character, and I'm going to go into it, and I'm going to put my time and effort into it. Same thing with YouTube. I'm going to commit to X number of videos a day, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to study people that are winning, and I'm going to script the same way. I'm going to shape my messaging and my brand character tone, etc. Centralize focus and stop shiny object syndrome. Like the grass isn't greener. Like all these platforms work if they have the attention to them. So that would be my suggestion, is stick to your path. Don't spread yourself too thin. Don't spread your focus too wide. Like focus in, focus on a target. If you're starting, just like you're starting out right now, focus on a target, focus on a channel, focus on a platform, focus on one business, and go at it.